Improper fractions, ordering fractions from smallest to largest. In this lesson, we've been learning about improper fractions, whole fractions, proper fractions, and zero fractions. So we are going to do an example together where we are asked to order the following fractions from smallest to largest. And we're actually going to use the knowledge that we learned from the lesson to complete this example. So we have four fractions that we're looking at: 3 over 3, 9 over 16, 80 over 5, and 0 over 10. So if I were to look at this and try to order them from smallest to largest before completing this lesson, I'd be so confused and I just wouldn't know what to do, and I just give up and just call it a day. But we've learned some pretty important things. So we learned in this lesson that when the numerator is smaller than the denominator, we're just looking at a proper fraction in the sense that it's a part of a whole. So we know that proper fractions are less than 1. Improper fractions are when the numerator is larger than the denominator, and that actually represents the number greater than 1. We also learned that whole fractions are when the numerator and the denominator are the same, and that fraction is actually equal to 1. And when we have 0 in the numerator and any number in the denominator, that fraction is actually equal to 0. So we actually have all those cases in these four fractions, so we can easily solve this question. So I know when the numerator and the denominator are the same, that's actually the same as saying 1, right? When the numerator is smaller than the denominator, that's a proper fraction, and I know a proper fraction is less than 1. When the numerator is greater than the denominator, I know that fraction is greater than 1. And when the numerator is equal to 0, and the denominator is any number, and in this case it's 10, I know that this fraction is equal to 0. So now that I know that, I can actually order these from smallest to largest. Well, the smallest number I have on my new scale is 0. So my smallest fraction is 0 over 10. And then comes, well, the fraction that's going to be less than 1 will be next. 9 over 16. And then next, well, the fraction that's equal to 1 will be my next fraction, 3 over 3. And then finally, my fraction that's the improper fraction, which is greater than 1, will be my largest fraction, 80 over 5. So using what I learned in the lesson, I'm easily able to order my fractions from smallest to largest. And this is my final answer. So you're going to have a few of these questions in your learning guide. Make sure you use the same kind of reasoning that I did for these questions, and you'll have no problem at all. So make sure you do your questions and you're showing all your work and checking the solutions with the solution key at the end of the lesson. Good luck!